God help me. Can you tell I'm not used to being on camera? No, it's not good. Does anyone ever know how to start these things? Do you? Daryl? No, just kidding, Daryl. I just realized I was holding my camera over an open flame. So, I'd point the camera down, but I'm not wearing pants. Good start. Right, so, in today's episode? Hi, YouTube. My name's Matt. This is Eiffel Art. And today, we're going to be making really, really small art. So this is the size I tend to work at. It's 5 by 7 inches. But we're going to go a little smaller this time. This is a 1 by 2 inch little piece of paper that I cut out to trace around, and now we're going to tape it up and make a landscape. It was kind of weird sketching this small on textured paper because the pencil, no matter how sharp I got it, kind of skips along the texture, so it gets pushed in different directions as it goes. It wasn't super hard or anything, but it was just kind of a weird sensation. And here's my Kuretake watercolors, which I only recently rediscovered after moving. I had them with me for a few years. I got them for Christmas a while ago, back before I was even really painting that much. I'm also using the Pentel Aquash water brushes for this, mostly because they were the finest tipped brush that I own. At least good quality tip. I have smaller ones, but they're kind of ratty at this point. I don't really use small brushes very much. I tend to use a large brush for my watercolor and gouache work. So this was really interesting and also very difficult for me because I'm not a detail person when I paint. I paint in broad strokes and light and splashes and this and that. And this was just a completely different thing. This was technical and small, and I had to control the flow of water because at this scale, the physics are different. A bead of water is suddenly a massive geyser on this tiny little canvas. And also you have to navigate all of those little divots. And so while I paint in some stuff here, I'll talk a little bit about the channel. So I decided to start up this art-centric YouTube account because I have other YouTube accounts that I've used for gaming stuff and the occasional art thing, but I really wanted to make a focused, like, Eiffel Art branded art account for a few different reasons. I've been making videos on my Patreon now for quite a while, and I wanted something a little more in-depth for those. Something with a bit more focus instead of just, like, I love doing the time lapses for my paintings, and I will definitely continue to do those, mostly because it's a very, like, effective and easy thing to set up. So I can do it without a lot of hassle and thereby make quite a few of them. But I wanted to do something that took a little bit more editing, a little bit more finesse, and also had a subject focus. And for this, what I wanted to do was set myself a goal. In this case, once a week, I want to do a little art challenge, mostly for fun, but also, for the project. And I want to create and edit at least 10 to 20 minutes of footage into something cohesive and fun to watch, hopefully. I mean, time will tell on that, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I gave myself 20 little art challenges. I've compiled a list. 20 because from now until the end of the year is 20 weeks. So yeah, that's it. And I plan to continue past that, but I find it's good to set yourself an attainable goal. But enough about my YouTube channel. Let's talk more about this. So here I've gotten some little tiny scraps of paper towel, and I was trying to make clouds. It didn't work very well though. So now I'm just drying the entire thing off. Because of the amount of water that I used, I think the ratio made it slightly higher than normal. So it took a long time for me to dry it, even with the hairdryer. And now I'm going to do a bit of detailing, like I always do with my pens and markers. This part was extra finicky, though. I love detailing with my Posca paint markers, but even these fine bullet tips are so big at this scale, so they just end up kind of making dots and blobs, which can be effective. I mean, I just sort of, you know, impressionated some color onto there, trying to hit the light spots and just give it a bit more interest. But I later had to come in with this fine tipped pen and just try to take a bit of the roundness out of those strokes, make them look less like blobs and more like small shapes. Here I am doing the same with the white, just trying to add some highlights and contrast. And get these greens, of course, for this landscape scene. I feel like I kind of lost the tree, which was supposed to be the focal point of the painting. It got lost in the darks of the mountain behind it. And I probably could have done more to bump up the highlights on it, but I figured it was pretty much okay how it came out. I think out of all the Poscas that I did, this was my favorite part, just because it was such a bold, contrasting color, using the red on the green. So it was a sort of do or die moment. It could have gone horribly blobulous, but I really wanted to add a pop of strong color in there. And here I am going in with my, I think that's a Copic fine liner. Yeah, it definitely is. The ultra small one, the smallest one I have, I think it's a 0.05, and I'm just trying to add the tiniest little details, sort of the hint of trees and foliage and things like that. I'd say the most difficult thing of working at this scale is trying to imply texture without just completely overriding everything you've done, because every stroke is so huge. And now let's look at the little clean rectangle. This tape, by the way, bad idea. I just grabbed some tape from the tool section of the house, and it's just really rough. Masking tape, not meant for painting surfaces, and it ripped a lot of the paper. It was fine for this experiment though, but I definitely would not use it on a regular painting. I'd stick to my painter's tape. And there it is. I think it came out pretty good. So yeah, there it is. Look, It's so tiny. It's a little tiny baby. Pretty cool. It was really fun to make. Definitely looking forward to the next challenge. It's one that I'm kind of dreading. That's why we do them, I guess. So that should be up next Monday. So I hope to see you guys there. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's the first time I've ever had to say that. Please subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Is that what they're doing now? Listen, I'm very out of the loop on YouTube stuff, so I hope you liked it. I'll see you in the next one.